Still rockin' after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA. Online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Monday, August 7th, 2017, and it is 7:28 p.m. when I'm recording this episode. And today, I'm recording this for day 8 of the Dog Days of Podcasting, a challenge where a bunch of podcast nerds attempt to do a show a day for the entire month of August. And I am in day 8 of recording, and I am parched. So let me open up my second Tecate of the day. Oh. You know what they say. The second one is always the best. That's good. All right. Not much to talk about today. I have some things planned. I need to say a prayer for Dan Baird. I'll do that coming up. But I figured I would, since today is August 7th. A movie came out today in 1981 called Heavy Metal. I saw this movie. Heavy Metal was an animated movie based on this science fiction. I believe it was a science fiction magazine. I'm not a science fiction nerd, so I know a lot of people on this Dog Day that are doing the Dog Day shows probably are. But I was a rock music fan, and when I was a kid, I saw this movie in the theater. The movie came out August 7th, 1981, and I saw it the day it came out in theaters. I believe it came out. It was released as a midnight movie. I could be wrong on whether it was a midnight movie or not, but I remember seeing it the weekend it came out. I was 19 years old. Me and my friends, a movie called Heavy Metal, and it had nudity and it had drug use, and we were all excited about going to see this movie. And it had a soundtrack featuring. I'm going to list off everybody who's on this soundtrack. It had a good soundtrack. I remember that. But it wasn't really much of a heavy metal soundtrack. The only real heavy metal song on it, well, there was a couple. Sammy Hagar had the title song called Heavy Metal. I believe Don Felder also had a song on the movie called Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal. Featherwitch plays the Sammy Hagar. One of my bands that I'm in, Featherwitch, plays the Sammy Hagar version of Heavy Metal. He wrote that. A band called Riggs, a song called Harvey, which I don't remember that song. Devo was in it. Bloister Cult was in it with a song called Veteran of the Psychic Wars, which is a great tune. I believe is that on... I think that's on Agents of Fortune. I'm not positive about that. Cheap Trick did 2 songs on the soundtrack. One, which Featherwitch also does, called Reach Out. They also do a song called I Must Be Dreaming, which is not that great of a song, but Reach Out is a great tune. Who else is on this thing? Donald Fagen from Steely Dan has a song on it. One of my favorite bands of all time, Nazareth, Dan McCafferty, to me, the number 2 singer in the entire world. Speaking of saying a prayer for people who are sick, I said a prayer for Dan McCafferty, and I think it worked. So, but he's retired. Nazareth was a great band. They had a song called Crazy, a Suitable Case for Treatment, which is not a great tune, but it was written, I think all of these songs were written specifically for this soundtrack. With the except, well, no, that's not true. That's not true. I don't think the Bloister Cult one was. Mob Rules with Dio was on the soundtrack, but I think that might have been an alternate version. Stevie Nicks had a song called Blue Lamp. A band called Trust, and not a very well-known rock band called Trust, Prefabricated, that was their song. Don Felder actually had 2 songs on the soundtrack. Grand Funk Railroad did Queen Bee, which I think was a cover tune. Journey. So I say to you with open arms, That was on there. I think that band Riggs had 2 songs. I don't know the band Riggs, so I apologize for that. Yeah, I went and saw it with my buddies. I believe it was probably me and Eddie Lumley, who I have not spoken to since I was probably in high school or just got out of high school. He was my buddy, lived down the street from me. Me and all the other rock kids went to see heavy metal. It had nudity. It had drug use. Not a great movie. The only thing I really remember about the movie was there was a sex scene, and I think there was tits in it. And these 2 stoner dudes, like Cheech and Chong ripoff, were driving a spaceship. I think it was at the beginning of the movie, and they were stoned. They were smoking weed and doing drugs, maybe even snorting coke. I don't really remember. And they crash landed. I believe they crash landed the spaceship. So, yeah, good memories. Came out. Let me see, 81. Math ain't me 14. Let me do the math. So 91, 2001, what was that, 20, 30, 2000, wait, 91, 2001, I'm fucking coming like an idiot here. Hold on. 91, 2001, 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 26 years ago, is that right? 26 years ago today? Happy anniversary. Saw it when I was 19 years old. Oh, man, I apologize. Math just... I did well in math in high school, but ain't me forte anymore, friends. All right, enough of that and enough of my talking. I'm tired. I'm going to go upstairs and watch the Little League World Series as soon as I get this thing posted. Why don't we play a song from that soundtrack? I'm gonna do Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. I'm going to either play Reach Out from Cheap Trick or Crazy, A Suitable Case for Treatment from Nazareth. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are it. All right, well, it came up on Nazareth. A Suitable Case for Treatment. All right, friends, we will talk to you tomorrow with day 9 of the Dog Days of Podcasting. I'll talk to you later.
Slow sedition in my style. It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.